Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This was quite a matchup, honestly. I did the analysis of Team Liquid versus Loud, and honestly, the Brazilians have done a great job of being able to, solidify themselves as a force to be reckoned with in the VCT Masters. While people did not really know how exactly they would fare against, the international teams, Liquid being one of the best teams out there and my personal favorite, it was quite a matchup where I would say that the Brazilians have broken the stereotype and made a different playstyle come out of themselves in this matchup. Brazilians are usually known to be for their aggressive gameplay. They love taking fights straight head on. They want to go ahead and make the opponents feel uncomfortable. But here it was actually the opposite way. They had something called what I like to term controlled aggression, and that kind of is prevalent across the entire map. And while you can expect Liquid to, make a little bit of a move, which they did on Haven, they won 13-3 on Haven. Ascent completely turned around in a way that Liquid did not expect. They gave too much respect suddenly. I don't know what exactly changed the game plan over there between Haven and Ascent. They started giving too much respect to their opponents, and eventually they fell prey to the controlled aggression, like I said, of Loud. Let's get into it. I've got a couple of rounds to go through. Alright, so the next round I want to talk about is round number 8. This is where Loud kind of take responsibility on their shoulders to take mid control time and time again, and they exploited very well in this round and get the lead a little bit more solidified to at least get it to 5 rounds. And now you guys can see, again, it is the usual setup. Liquid actually haven't changed much in their setup on Ascent's defense, apart from one round that's going to be coming up later on. They've got the same 3 on A, they've got the same 2 on B. All of the players have practically everything that they need, except for a slight change on the side of Loud. They've got 2 players on Guardians, and they have practically everything that they need. Just slightly lower end of weapons, but still the Guardian is a dangerous weapon, as we all know. So this round is a B split that comes in a little late, but look at the way it's executed, right? So we've got 3 players on towards B main, 2 players waiting to go towards mid as default split up. They've got a smoke coming in and a recon to clear out anybody coming in, so that they've got even the jet smoke going in towards shot to cover off what exactly Sadak and Aspas want to do. They crawl into the smoke, and while less has been spotted towards B main, the Brazilians are still not making as much of a move. They know that Liquid do not like to play mid as much. They leave mid to the hands of one alarm bot that you can see here, and post that, they just set themselves up on site. The alarm bots get detected, Nivera's just holding down this angle and he goes back to site. Now here's where things get a lot more interesting. You can see that they are waiting for Sassy's recon to come back online. They're waiting for Sadak's knife to come back online, and then they want to try and make a move. And this is brilliant from the side of Loud, because this is the controlled aggression I talk about. They wait when they can afford to be aggressive. They gather up all their sources towards the B side. They've got everybody coming up close now, and they're just holding angles. They're waiting to see if Liquid make a move. Not gonna happen. They wait for the recons to come in, and look at the drone. The drone that came out from Solkas as well has been destroyed. He has no clue how many are there. The smoke goes up towards mid. The knife comes out finally. They break down the door, and here's where it is absolutely brilliant, because I don't know if this is done on purpose or not. Loud know that Liquid always play with 2 men on A, that is the Sova, which is Solkas, and they play with Nivera. Now both Solkas and Nivera have got their ultimates available, and so does Les, who just put down his lockdown here. And this is brilliant. I don't know if this was forced, because they knew that this could be used as a bait to let Solkas be isolated. They saw that his drone came in from spawn, correct? So they wanted to put down the ultimate so that he's forced to put down his ultimate. The Hunter's Fury comes in and he's isolated towards spawn. The smoke goes through here. Market control is taken, so they don't even need to care about it. They've got so much more space to play with than just smoking off here, coming in from B main. And Nivera, poor old Nivera, is caught on sight all by his lonesome, and Aspas just walks in while the Sova is completely isolated, and so is the Killjoy. They get the kill, and the B site is all theirs for the taking. A beautiful execute. Plant goes down, and even though all 5 members are on the site, you guys need to look at this amazing take that the side of Loud have done. Solkas gets 2 kills. But because of the fact that they've lost Nivera, there's no lockdown, which means there's no retake potential utility here. They just have to go on the basis of Link's flash, or they wait for Scream's knife, or they wait for Solkas's recon, which is going to come about in a couple of seconds. Now, Solkas finds 2. There's 3 people on site, and all 3 of them are tucked in towards the back of site, which should be a little bit of, something that Liquid should expect. But here's where things go awry. We see Les immediately reposition himself. While Liquid are waiting for the recon to come in, time is going past. The flash goes through, and look at where exactly Les is. Les is standing behind the boxes. He's been smoked off. So forgive me. He's been blinded, and now he just immediately knows that he can change up his position. Man has nerves of steel, and he positions himself in a way that the recon doesn't detect him, takes down the 1 kill that he has to, and then Sassy gets 1 towards Link, which is Scream coming in alone, and he's covered off by the side of the lane, which means he's safe to get that 1v1 duel, and he's even got a person right next to him, Pankada, who can trade that off. And then it's a 2v2, and these guys know, thanks to their teammates, that Solkas is low, and so is Link because of the damage they've given. They come together, they peek out, both of them find the kills as a double peek, while Solkas and Link jump down 1 by 1 to get the kills, and beautifully executed B round from the side of Loud. Amazingly done, held the pressure even though they were 3 versus 4, flashed off teammate. Just the composure from the Brazilians shows how good they were across this entire map. So the next round we're going to be talking about is round number 10, which actually is very crucial for this game. Loud solidified the 6th round here, and even though the half ends in 6-6, their attack ends with a little bit of, a solidified approach that they can take over on defense, because they've got a very good defensive setup themselves as well. Both the rosters have got the same lineup, but you will see why on the defense, the side of Loud are better executed. Team Liquid finally shift up their approach in this round. They've got Nivera shifting up towards A, where he's actually a lot more known for. He's a lot more infamous for playing on the A side on Ascent, while they shift up on B. They have Link still playing on A, and he's playing a little passive role because he's got utility to support him. And we've got Scream and Yampi playing in towards B, and we've got Solkas taking care of mid. He is still going to be staying on B. And while all of this is happening, you can see that finally they are going to be challenging mid. Liquid is going to be challenging mid this round, while they have the one-man Solkas looking over it. But this is too far gone into the game for them to expect that Loud are going to be constantly hitting mid. Yes, they are. They're going to be taking A shot, but they're very, keen to the fact that they want to smoke it off. They want to go a little bit towards A shot. And this 4-man split that comes towards A, again, is absolutely brilliant. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, you look at the economy, you look at the way that the weapons have been bought on the side of Loud. They have only utility to work with as much. They don't really have much else. A Frenzy on Pankada, a Sheriff on Les, a Stinger on Sadak, which you will see a lot of, by the way. And Sassy is on, a Spectre, and the only rifle that's worth, anything is a Guardian that Aspas is doing, taking care of. So this shows the composure of Loud, even in a round where they don't have anything to work with as much, but they still get through. And while Liquid practically have everything in their inventory, they've got utility, they've got weaponry, they've got everything that they need, they still lose this round, and you will see why. A slow and controlled approach towards A main comes in, while Yampi has actually made his way across the turret here. He's smoked it off and he's come through, and he will come through. But because Yampi has an operator, he doesn't push this angle. Les is having a look at this. He's expecting somebody to come through. He might have heard that smoke, and that's exactly why he's looking in this direction. But you're going to see how timings work so good for one team, but so bad for the other in just about a couple of seconds. Flash goes through, Nivera has been forced off, and his turret will be taken down while Link realizes that there's going to be an A hit. He throws on a flash, but to no use. The smoke has still not come in yet. The recon to clear out towards A shot, and now they've taken up positions. They've taken up positions that they can see, and look at the respect that Liquid are giving them, even though Liquid know that this could be a semi-buy / eco round, right? Liquid are playing from the site, which means that they've got no potential of spotting towards shot. Nobody's even looking from window. They don't want to take this fight. They're not really going for it. They're playing very passively, and this could be trouble. And look at the smoke that we've seen, Link put. He's put it on site, which I did not understand, because I get that he wants to play around the smoke, keep the side to themselves, but this is too much respect being given to a team which is, practically on no weaponry right now, except for maybe 2 or 3 people. And look at where Yampy's come in. Yampy has come in towards B main. He knows, Liquid know this is not a B hit. They know this is going to be towards A. And this is even further confirmed when in the round, you see Yampy still sitting here. They're holding on. Loud are just waiting for utility to come back. Knives, they're waiting for recons, everything to come back. And Scream has even cleared out over here. He throws in the knife. Scream is going to throw in a knife right about now. You see that knife, which means he's trying to clear out market and towards mid. And this is the timing that Les is going to exploit. This beautiful man walks in through, the smoke comes in, the knife goes in for the side of Loud. And while all of this chaos is being caused towards the main side, Loud do not care about Garden. They don't want to push in. They don't want this itself. They want to take the site. They go straight in. You see this double peak. There's no way Nivera surviving that. And while Link is able to get one dink, that one-way smoke that he's put is practically useless. He's forced off of his angles, and even though he's got 1 kill, Aspas gets another. And look at what just happened here, what we missed, unfortunately. If we go back a couple of seconds, ladies and gentlemen, look at where our man Les is. He has crawled in between enemy lines. He's between 2 players, mind you, 2 players of Liquid, who expect mid to be completely clear. But Les has not been spotted yet. Nobody from site has called that the Killjoy has been spotted. Maybe he's holding on for backstab. Sure, whatever. But now look at Yampy. He walks straight through. And I don't know why this instinct doesn't come in for Yampy to check, just look towards mid, because he would have seen less. Scream could have taken that kill, or Yampy himself, and we could have had this round maybe turn around on its own by just one little factor of spotting Les, because Les comes in with a perfect backstab while his team has already caused damage towards the A side. Yampy's on shot, and because Solkus goes out of the smoke, peeks alone without Scream supporting him, which I did not understand. Scream is still in the smoke. The recon pushes him back, and while he goes for the reload, Les comes in his prolonged backstab perfectly, and it doesn't even matter because now it's a 1v3. And even though Yampy gets a very odd kill over here, crazy kill onto Sassy because he was low, it was just one pellet that hit him, there's no way he was going to win this. The turret takes him down, so does the Nano Swarm. Les peeks out from the back of green boxes, and a thrifty round, which is absolutely brilliant from the side of Loud, gives them their 6th round. And this is practically what happened on the attacking side of Loud. Even though Liquid do manage to get it 6 and 6, it looked like Loud were in control of everything. The mid region was not contested until the very nth moment, which is about the 10th round. And at that point, Loud did not want to go mid anymore because they had done the deed of going towards mid multiple times. And that's how they settled the first half. The next round we're going to be talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is round number 16, where we've got the side of Loud on the defense, and their defensive setups are absolutely spot on. They know that they've got the same kind of agents, and Liquid can expect differences in maybe slight variations. But Liquid, what they did not expect is this person right here, Aspas. Now, he's got an operator in his hands, and he is peeking in towards mid. They've got the usual setup of Sova and Killjoy towards B. They've got the KO and Omen towards A. And they're trying to throw Liquid off to make them expect that something of the similar nature is that, they've got a 3A and 2B stack. But that is not going to be the case. Forgive me. That is not going to be the case because we've got Aspas. Even though there's a, alarm bot here, Liquid expect that nobody's going to be pushing in, right? So they have their setup as a B split coming in towards mid and A short again, which they're going to try similar to what Loud did, but it doesn't work out for them. The recon goes through, and even so the knife, and because Aspas dodges all of that, he gets a free kill, dashes away, because nobody from Liquid even expects that. He takes a bit of damage from Yampy, goes down to 65 HP, but it doesn't even matter. He's the operator, he can survive with even 1 HP and he's good to go. Finally, Liquid move in towards short, and this is where I'm a little confused, right? The spike is towards A main. They've got Nivera still lurking up towards B. He finally comes towards mid, and he knows that, there's an operator towards mid, but now he could be anywhere. Now, while Sadak is holding down this angle, they don't know where Link is, and Link's information comes in through this flash. There's a flash that comes in, forces off Sadak, he throws in the grenade, but unfortunately for his bad luck, Yampy gets taken down because he has a bulldog in his hands and his opponent has a phantom. And this is where I didn't understand things. Scream is still here. Why? There was a perfectly brilliant flash that went in. It forced Sadak off. While the grenade did come through, Yampy could have waited for 1 second, maybe here, to take that fight, or just kept himself alive, and Scream could have come in, and together both of them could have taken that fight. While that grenade stopped it, Sadak was beautiful in it to know that at max a jet can come through, nobody more, but Scream just could not pass through. And even after his teammate was killed, Sadak manages to just run past from A shot towards the site, and Scream doesn't even get the timing to see that. Eventually, Nivera catches up to him. They've still got Link towards main, and now they know where every single player is, at least, for the sake of information, that he could be towards short. Flashes come in. Sadak, with an immediate response, sees Nivera, gets him, knows even where Scream is, and Link, for I don't know what reason, chooses not to go towards A main, which he could have, honestly, and the smoke comes in through, so he's even discouraged to even think about A main. He takes a long route to pick up the spike, and Scream is left all alone here. While Scream can get 1 kill, the way that the setup has been done over here, they've got an insta-rotational Sova available who can go in at any time towards the B side. Scream takes out 1, Link comes in from short, and this is a perfectly positioned flash, forces Scream to take a little bit of cover, and he falls right into the trap of Loud. He goes into short, gardens completely opened up, and Link can only do so much at this point, while Pancada peeks out, takes him, and a brilliant defensive round towards A. Just, mad execution, but simple execution. Controlled aggression again. The final round we're going to be talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is round number 22, which honestly sealed the deal, broke the camel's back, whatever you want to call it, for Loud. They completely overhauled Liquid in this round by mere technicalities. And this is why Liquid, even though they had weaponry better, they had everything that they needed in terms of utility, they lost to a bunch of pistols, shotguns, and secondary weapons. There's no assault rifle here, while the opponents have, look at this. You've got a Bulldog, Judge, Stinger. One of them is on knives, Aspas, and they've got a Sheriff. While Yampy himself is on knives and a Frenzy as well, the remaining members of Liquid have got practically everything that they need. And Nivera's playing on the operator, and let me give you a little bit of insight to why Liquid lose this round so bad. They've got Nivera here. He's got his turret set up here, while he also has Solcus next to him for some very odd reason that I did not understand. An operator peeking up towards B main from, almost practically their spawn, basically means this is clearly a A hit, and I don't know what Solcus was doing here, because once we look at this, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to think the same. Yampy has his knives, and he, as a jet, probably needs more support than the person with the operator does, who's playing so passive. Look at this. Now Yampy is probably waiting, and Aspas is towards mid himself. Aspas is here. He's got his teammates covering up towards B and A, and they've already cleared out the possibility of B not being a hit as of right now because of the push that they've got. A shot has been covered by the two players who are playing a Judge and a Stinger, and they want to let A main rest easy because they know that Liquid don't immediately push in. And also because of the fact that there's no sound of utility. Without utility, they can't really go in. And here's where things get a little awry for me. Solkas comes in and then immediately chooses to go back. What the hell is happening here? He's a little confused about something, and Yampi has to die because of this small little technical mistake. He goes into a shot, timing gets the better of him, Aspas finds a free kill. This could have been avoided, ladies and gentlemen, if Solkas would have had his recon thrown in towards mid. One recon could have changed the game. One recon could have changed the game. He could have put the recon, and Aspas would have either broken it with his, with his pistol. He could have smoked it off with his, cloud burst, which Yampi would have heard, and he would have been able to take this fight head on with the jet. That could have changed the round completely. But one recon, ladies and gentlemen, turns into a cascade of events where we've got players now of Liquid losing the one person who can dash into the side for them. And here's where things absolutely blow my mind. Everybody from Liquid goes in towards A main. This is basically now a choke point. Now you can see that they recognize this A main hit because they've seen one person die towards A short, which means they can expect a split towards A. That's exactly why immediately Aspas has made his rotation towards A heaven. And this is again something I don't understand. Ladies and gentlemen, you've got a drone. You've got a drone on Solkas. Forgive me, I marked the wrong recon that time. You've got a recon, you've got a drone, you've even got a knife. You practically have everything. A flash, 2 smokes. You have everything you need to execute this round. Clear out close corners and whatnot. But here's where things go completely stupid for me, because Scream is in the smoke, correct? He's just looking back and forth. He goes in the smoke. And I don't know why, but Solkas could have just given out his drone at this point to clear out close corners. But instead, while a secondary smoke comes in and Scream is being a little too careful about this, he walks into it expecting nobody's going to come in. Pankada puts in a perfectly timed smoke, finds his push through, and I don't know why Solkas went for the recon first when he can drone. He could have droned, saved Scream's life, and now they know that there's a shotgun here. They know that he's going to be playing in close corners. The recon is going to be, nobody breaks it, but it doesn't even matter. Pankada's been detected twice, and now everything that Liquid are doing is just to take out this one man sitting in this corner. 3 people are now focused on just killing him, and that allows what? The other players on the site, which is Sadak and Aspas, to be a little bit of a free roamer role and get kills for free. And here's how it happens. And mind you, ladies and gentlemen, the rotation hasn't even come in yet. The rotation, they are so confident on their teammates, and this is brilliant because the drone finally comes in after they've lost the player. They've even tagged down where exactly he is. Look at this, 3 players were swinging out to kill one guy, and as soon as the smoke goes down, because Aspas is in that position, he's up in the air and he's got a free kill because they were more focused upon the person sitting here, that was Pankada. So as a one-man bait, this guy completely destroys his opponents, and this gives Sadak the perfect opportunity because now he has a double bait. His Omen teammate has died, and because of that, Aspas takes control, and because Aspas takes control, both these players are trying to focus to fight him, while the man with the stinger finishes up the round. And that's practically how Loud took control, even in thrifty rounds, multiple times, completely dismantled Liquid bit by bit, made use of double peaks, bait setups to the best of their abilities. And even though Nivera had an operator, which he could have done a lot more with, honestly, which Yampi could have done a lot more with, honestly, this completely fell off, and Liquid were relegated to the lower brackets.